Today's episode will be about things that, if you manage to do them, will cause tremendous confusion to the narcissist. This discussion assumes that you may have to confront them. However, before I begin today's episode, I must emphasize or remind you strongly that your well-being is the most important thing in this matter. This means that you should try not to do anything that could cause physical harm or expose you to a certain level of violence from the person you are dealing with. Another crucial thing when dealing with any relationship is not to compromise your mental health or needs just because someone does not appreciate you. Although my language may be in the masculine form for ease of communication, it is essential to understand that the narcissistic personality we are discussing could be male or female. I also want to thank you for your support, and if you feel you have benefited from the video, please like and subscribe to the channel to help disseminate this information to anyone who may need it. Let's now move on to our topic and explore the things and methods that, if you do them, will leave the narcissist in a state of extreme confusion, almost losing their balance as they interact with you. The first thing we'll discuss is to completely avoid getting involved in discussions and arguments that serve no purpose with the narcissist. The narcissist always seeks someone to throw all their psychological issues, problems, and suffering onto, considering them a perpetual well to dump all their troubled concerns. Now, what happens if you suddenly change the way the narcissist is accustomed to interacting with you? If you refrain from engaging with the narcissist in your reactions and showing interest in their comments or verbal abuses towards you, imagine if, after the narcissist says what they say, expecting a reaction, anger, or criticism from you, you just look at them with a meaningless glance. Believe me, you will drive the narcissist crazy, causing confusion and making them unsure of how to deal with you. The narcissist will feel that they have no control over you and they are unable to harm you in their skillful manipulation field, where they thrive on draining you emotionally, feeding off your emotions, and manipulating you. We might have discussed this topic in previous episodes, focusing on the effectiveness of ignoring the narcissist. Many have commented that ignoring is indeed a highly successful approach that profoundly affects the narcissist, saving you from their manipulations and chaos. Another extremely effective method in dealing with a narcissist is to treat their issues with indifference. The narcissist always creates scenarios and fabricates lies to captivate those around them, making themselves the center of attention. It's like writing a fiction story and believing it. Imagine if you could handle the narcissist's discussions with indifference, showing that their beliefs and lies have no impact on you, your emotions, or your reactions. Think about the shock the narcissist would experience when they discover that they have no influence on your life. Picture the level of frustration the narcissist would feel in this situation when they realize that you are not interested at all in what they say or do. You are occupied with your life and goals, remaining calm and steady. Believe me, the narcissist's control over you will weaken significantly, and the fake facade they built will start to crumble when you prove to them that the issues they are trying to throw at you have no importance or value to you. Next, revealing the narcissist in front of others. The narcissist is highly skilled in manipulating others, creating a perfect image of themselves. However, if someone starts to focus on them, or draws attention to their real flaws or the lies they use to deceive people, imagine the fear the narcissist would experience when they cannot defend themselves against the truth. Visualize the amount of frustration when the narcissist's fake persona collapses and their faults and mistakes are exposed in front of others. When you can do this, the narcissist's control over you disappears completely. Once their true nature is revealed, they lose the ability to deceive you or others, significantly diminishing the impact of the narcissist. That's why never hesitate to confront the narcissist directly and expose their true self that you know in front of others, but do it with evidence. The next crucial thing is to firmly hold on to the reality of the narcissist. It is of utmost importance in dealing with the toxic narcissistic person to stop being a victim of their manipulations and deception and start confronting them with their true personality. Refuse to believe any lies or fake stories they tell to manipulate you. When you challenge the narcissist and directly address their lies, you make it clear that you see through their deceitful tactics and manipulative strategies. You also show them that you will not succumb to such tactics and that you understand their true intentions behind these behaviors. How can you achieve this or reach this state? This occurs when the narcissist tells a lie with the purpose of gaining sympathy from those around them. At this point, you focus intensely on understanding the truth of what they are saying, and you make an effort to prove that it is not genuine. You investigate and challenge their falsehoods, making them afraid to speak lies in front of you because you will verify or investigate what they say. This makes them very tense and worried about you, causing them to think multiple times before attempting to fabricate lies as they are accustomed to. The next step is to treat the narcissist with the same lack of respect they show you, imposing it upon them. In other words, you make them feel like an insignificant person, reversing roles. Responding with disdain or belittlement to the narcissist's mistreatment of you becomes a powerful way to counteract their behavior. You make it clear through this response that you will not tolerate their selfish actions and you reject any criticism without justification. You must refuse to let the narcissist take control of the discussion or make you feel like a lesser human being. Stand firm in front of them, confront them, and deal with them confidently, preserving your dignity and self-respect. When confronting the narcissist, express clearly that you reject all of their selfish behaviors towards you and that any attempt to intimidate you will have no effect on you. Another incredibly important thing is to ignore the presence of the narcissist. Imagine if you responded to their manipulation with expressions of indifference or showed that you are not interested in what they are saying. This approach makes you feel incredibly powerful when you deprive the narcissist of their importance, preventing them from getting the attention and respect they always expect. Simultaneously, be cautious about the narcissist's reaction because when they sense that their attempts to manipulate you are failing, their reaction may be unpredictable and exaggerated. You need to be very careful about how you deal with the narcissist and also carefully observe their reactions to avoid exposing yourself to harm, especially if the person is potentially violent. The next step is to interact with the narcissist with utmost honesty and transparency. As we know, narcissists always have a constant sense of vulnerability and weakness in their personality. However, at the same time, they possess an incredibly skillful ability to manipulate others through lies and deception. When you consistently deal with them truthfully regardless of the possible outcomes, meaning that you speak the truth with dignity and without any flattery, the narcissist faces a breakdown. The narcissist is exposed to the collapse of their false reality when confronted directly with the truth without any sugarcoating. The narcissist finds it challenging to deal with this reality because it contradicts their distorted and fake self-image. Furthermore, the most effective solution for dealing with a narcissist is complete detachment. Dealing with a narcissistic person is extremely painful and exhausting, and the victims often find themselves in a situation where they have realized the person they are dealing with is narcissistic or toxic, yet they struggle to end the relationship. Even though they know the truth and understand that continuing with such a person is impossible, various factors may compel them to persist. If you manage to develop the ability to decide at times to exit a narcissistic relationship, you will be doing yourself the greatest service in your life. You save yourself from wasting your life entirely. Simultaneously, when you decide to separate from such a person after learning their truth and exposing their fake personality, it delivers the most powerful blow to the narcissist's character and authority. You force them to confront the reality they have been ignoring, and they become afraid to face it for the rest of their lives. The subsequent action is to cut off all communication. The narcissist experiences severe weakness when you stop communicating with them or providing the attention they crave, depriving them of the fuel they need. This situation can drive the narcissist to madness as they are denied the essential element they constantly seek. And believe me, despite any difficulty you may face while doing something like this, it is worth the effort you put into it. You will realize how much it is worth it when you manage to execute it, no matter how delayed you were in doing so. If you know how cutting off communication or remaining silent in the face of narcissism works and how it affects and destroys it more than your words or reactions, no matter how intense they may be, you will regret not having done this sooner. Believe me, allowing their attempts to control you to persist is a very close flaw to your psyche and your life. Try not to pay attention to the narcissist's demands like this, and see how much their control over you weakens and fades away over time. The next point is to completely distance yourself, meaning a complete separation from the relationship with the narcissistic person. Surely you understand what this means for the narcissist, that they are no longer important to you and that you have no interest in them anymore. It also means that what is important to you is to rearrange your life in priorities, focusing your energy and attention on yourself alone. It also means cutting off all forms of communication with them in any way. You also know that this decision is not a simple game, but a decisive one for you. You must be sure that this is absolutely necessary and of utmost importance to save yourself and your life. I know that words can be easy, but believe me, it is not impossible to do this. If what we are saying were not very necessary and important for you, we wouldn't have said it in the first place. Your life and mental health are more important than anything else in the world. Remember that well. This was today's episode. I hope you benefited from it. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments. Also, if you have any comments or advice regarding the channel, please let me know. Thank you.